Hey guys, today for reading we're going to be working on something called figurative language. Now I will tell you this is very difficult because it is looking at words and phrases and understanding the meaning of it, but not the definition that you might find in a dictionary. So this is going to take some practice. Today's objectives are I can explain the meaning of an idiom using real life examples. I can explain the meanings of similes, idioms, and onomatopoeia in a text, and I can write a response that shows understanding of the text. All right, so figurative language, like I said, can be really tricky. There are quite a few different types of figurative language, but some words and expressions have meanings that are different than their dictionary definition. So it is non-literal, meaning it's not what it seems. It's not like what the words are saying. This includes figures of speech that compare, they exaggerate, or maybe even mean something different from what is expected. Similes and metaphors are types of comparisons, often between two different things that do not seem alike. And idioms are phrases or sayings that people use often in conversations and in writings. For example, it's raining cats and dogs. It's not really raining cats and dogs, but it's an expression that people say to let you know that it's raining really hard. So I want to look first at what is an idiom. An idiom is a phrase meaning something different from what the words say. So we already said the example about it's raining cats and dogs. It's not really raining outside, cats and dogs. It just means that it's raining really, really hard. Another example is his sister spilled the beans about him getting in trouble at school. So the idiom in this sentence is spilled the beans. Now, it's not really that she has a can of beans and she's dumping it over. What it means is to tell a secret. So we have the literal meaning, which is to dump a can of beans, and then you have the figurative meaning, which means to tell a secret. So in the text, we read Judy Moody, and in paragraph 9, it says, the desk in the back of the room where Judy had to go to chill out for the third time that day. Never in the history of Judy had she been to Antarctica that many times in a row. So the idiom on here is that she had to go chill out. And it's not what it means because we know that go chill out means to become cold. So her teacher didn't send her to the desk in the back of the room for her to be cold. She's not sitting underneath the vent and she's not going to get cold. But what it means is that she needs to calm down. The teacher, Mr. Todd, wants Judy to take a break and calm down. So if somebody ever tells you to chill out, they're not saying go put some ice on you or go jump in a refrigerator. They're saying take a break, calm down. Okay. The other type of figurative language is similes and metaphor. These are similar because they both are comparing two things. Often they don't really connect anyway. They're not really usually something that are similar, but they're using the comparison to get you to think about what the other object is. So a simile compares two things using like or as, where a metaphor compares two things by saying one thing is another thing. So if you're looking at the chart, it says, you must be a walking encyclopedia to know it all. So in this sentence, it's saying that the person is a walking encyclopedia. And it's not that she's a book or he's a book walking around. It's just that he has a lot of information, so he knows a lot. An encyclopedia is a book where you go to find information. An example of a simile is, I'm happy as a clam. Now, this one has the word as, so I'm comparing me being happy to a clam. Again, it's not that I am a clam, it's just that I'm happy like a clam. So thinking back to our Judy Moody book, and I'm going to read this from paragraph 35. It says, "But what if the pillow was standing up and the window was open and a hurricane came and super high winds blew down the pillow and knocked it on its side? What if a giant monster bigger than King Kong came and picked up our house and shook it like a toothpick and the pillow fell over?" So in this one, it is a simile, and Stink is using a simile to say they shook the house like a toothpick. Now, a monster's not really going to come, or King Kong's not really going to come and shake the house like a toothpick, but he uses the simile to explain how easily a giant monster might be able to pick up the house. A toothpick is very easy to pick up for a person. So they're saying, Stink is saying that the one from the hurricanes would be able to come in and pick the house up, just like maybe if you were to pick up a toothpick. So we're comparing the house to a toothpick. All right. This one is one of my favorites, onomatopoeia. I just like saying the word, onomatopoeia. It is a word that imitates the sound that it describes. So some words that make the sounds like pop. You think of a balloon and it pops. So pop is the sound that it might make. Boom is maybe like when you have a big explosion, you hear that sound, boom. Same thing for crack. Like at a baseball game, you would hear the baseball ball bat crack as it hit the ball. And then another one would be ring, and it's the sound that you would hear for some kind of bell ringing. So we're looking for a word that imitates the sound of what it describes. So in paragraph 103, it says, eep, beep. Walkie-clocky leaped onto the floor. Out of bed, sleepyhead. It zoomed across the carpet. Up and at 'em, madam. It zoomed under the bed. Rise and shine, friend of mine. Judy chased it all around Jessica's room. So these words are examples of onomatopoeia. So the eep, beep, those would be the sounds that a clock would be making if it were like an alarm clock going off in the morning. That is an example of onomatopoeia. You are going to go through your independent activities. Now, this first independent activity is just watching a video, and I thought you might like this. This is looking at some different types of figurative languages in popular musics. Popular songs. So a lot of times artists will use some type of figurative language in their songs. So it's pretty cool to see them in popular music. The second one that you're going to be doing is a sort. So you're going to sort phrases either into simile or metaphors. So remember, similes compare words using the word as or like. And metaphors are the ones that say something is something else. And then your third activity is to determine if a sentence is a command or an exclamation. So you will have a short video on what commands and exclamations are, and then you will have an activity that you will complete in Kami. Make sure that if you have any questions that you are either emailing me or writing them down so that when we meet in the afternoon, we'll be able to go into it. I hope that you guys are having a good day. Bye.